Every day holds new opportunities. Little working bees are working on building their homes, making farms, and crafting an environment to call their own. From the bottom of the world to the top of the mountains, this world is covered in Pokemon. And I've been busy at work training my Pokemon and landscaping some areas for my starter base here in the no-name starter town. Using stone variants and my newly enchanted diamond tools, I started creating tiers of land by slimming down the slopes and creating this wall to separate the tiers. By using this technique, you can get more usable square footage out of the land. And we're going to be using that square footage to do some really cool builds in the not too distant future. But for now, we just got a little slab here of a retaining wall holding back a tier of dirt. And this is a very common landscaping technique. It's very rarely kind of done on this scale nowadays, but it is a great way, like I said, to get more usability out of this space. You can see I flattened out this area a little bit more, and we've got some more wall to build. And I'm going to walk you through a little bit of my process because it may look a little chaotic, but I've got some key words and some key tricks to help you do landscaping like this. I've also been moving all the dirt that I've been collecting into flattening out this area. As you saw from the time lapse, this area is starting to really come together too, and I want to build some on this mountain, which is going to involve making some tiers too. So we're going to have a little valley here in between the two tiers of the land. The server is growing day by day, new builds are popping up, and I am so excited to be playing on here. People over here has some really cool paths that I might pull some inspiration from. We got a tree stump over there, Vert's castle in the mountain is coming together. Of course, Minnie's base and Callie's base all taking shape. And I say bases, but they're really just the starter town. I've also been catching a ton of Pokemon, and that involves beating up a lot of Pokemon too, getting some levels on my Conkeldurr, and I'm kind of lightly EV training it by mostly knocking out these Bouffalantes. They're very high level, they drop Stake, which is great, and they give a lot of experience. And this is a shiny, but it is not mine. It is, let's see whose shiny this is. Property of TTM. Alright, it is Thomas's shiny. It's not mine, but it's a very nice shiny. And we got a wild mini-wheat here. Hello! So as the server architect, I've got a lot of building and setup work that I want to do. As the constructor, I got to get some construction tools, I got to get some more levels and keep enchanting this gear. I myself would love to catch a shiny today, even though that's a little bit harder to manifest, but I'm gonna manifest that one too. And here's a look at all the Pokemon that I've caught. I've gotten a Beldum, which is a really rare spawn. Even got a Riolu, another pretty rare spawn. Chimchar, which is a rare spawn for this area. And I'm just catching Pokemon that I see around that I think could be useful in my construction, or ones that I just really enjoy. I've also been working in the Nether, so let's head to the Nether and I'll show you what I've been doing in there. I've been in the Nether primarily collecting levels because Nether Quartz gives a good amount of levels, and I figured, well, since I'm mining for Nether Quartz and I'm basically strip mining it because we're in this closed area, I must as well be doing it down at Netherite level. So, oh yeah, I've gotten some Netherite. I've set myself up here a little furnace display, and it is not very fancy. And it's not super automated. I've just got some chests up here that I can load in with some netherrack as I'm mining for netherite. And yeah, I don't even really have good diamond gear yet, but we're gonna need netherite at some point, so I figured must as well do it now, get it out of the way, chop some space here in the nether, and while I'm doing it, I'm getting XP. But I found a zombie pigman that dropped this backpack when I killed him. It was a little dangerous, but inside, ancient debris. And this is a really good item, the smithing template, which you typically only get from bastions, I believe. So this is going to save us from raiding a bastion in order to get netherite gear. We're going to have to duplicate it, but hey, that's not too bad. And this is also not a bad way to get levels. I've gotten 25 ancient scraps. So that is divisible by 4. That is, what, like 5 or 6 pieces of netherite? So that's enough for almost a full set of armor already. Still got some more enchanting and stuff to do. I'm using a resource pack too that helps me see stuff like this. It can all blend together in the nether. It also makes the armor a little bit less intrusive, which I think is nice. Now here's a cool nether spawn, and I'm sure a Darmanitan what could help our architectural and construction needs with those big arms. It looks like he can lift a lot. He can probably also heat up some steel for us or something. So I'm gonna see if I can catch this guy. Level 54. Well, we'll just start chucking Ultra Balls and see what we can do. Hey, get out of here. I'm busy. Hey, I'm busy. There we go. Another Pokemon added to the team. And another Pokemon added to that Dex counter. So this is a dilemma. Because, you see this guy here? He's got a really good backpack. But also, it's going to be hard to kill him. And also, his friends might try to kill me. But there could be loot in there. Absorption, speed, health boost. Alright, let's try it. Get close. You gonna drop that? Oh, see a netherite scrap? That's what I'm talking about. What the heck? There's like 3 of these guys. There was 3 of them. Stop! And now we can make netherite. Already ready to upgrade this diamond gear. And you know what? It's not even fully enchanted. In fact, if we take a look, you'll see that I've got some decent stuff here. But we are going to upgrade it to netherite because it is the best gear possible. And I don't really want to, I don't feel like dying. So let's go ahead and upgrade it. First, we're going to take the smithing template and we're going to need to make a few more of these. And if I remember correctly, I don't remember correctly. Oh, okay. I was very close. There we go. So we do this. Oh yeah, this is going to chew through some diamonds because it's going to take 7 every stinking time. But that's going to give us a few more templates. Next thing we need to make is one of these, a smithing table. So there's the chest plate, the helmet, the boots, and the pants. And eventually we're going to get enough books that we're going to be able to do everything we need to do. Hey, there we go. Cover me in debris. Heck yeah, man. Very nice. I'm looking fancy now. I like the little crowns. I feel like that's a really nice touch. You can still see my skin too, so still very much look like jblader. So now you may be wondering what we're going to do. Now that we got our gear in a much better place, there's 2 main things I want to do today. One, we're going to be doing a little bit more terraforming out here. I don't really want to make it the main section of this video as far as it's not super interesting, and some people are not going to be interested in seeing how I terraform this thing. But if that's your thing, I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about it. But before we do that, we need to take care of our storage. You can see I've got just random chests out here. And they've got a bunch of stuff in them. It's stuff that I've been using to terraform. I've got random chests here. And random chests everywhere that are starting to just take over. And some people call them chest monsters because they keep growing and growing and they take over. Even, look over here, even these chests are starting to just be filled with random stuff that I'm too lazy to actually sort into any level of organization. So I did a little bit of digging back here, and you may have seen it on the mini map, and I just made a giant area. This giant area back here is going to be used to make a complex Tom's Simple storage, and we also have auto crafters on here, which I want to play around with eventually, but today we're just going to set up a Tom's Simple storage. And hopefully I can figure out how to use it with drawers, because that's not something I've done before. There's a bunch of different ways you can make toms, but I want to make it as efficient as possible and hopefully find the best storage solution possible. Also, I realized the other day that these pillagers no longer in this version give you the bad omen effect. That was the main reason why I didn't want to fight them last time. Now, they give you... They're also really freaking stupid. Like, they're so stinking stupid, and they don't understand bamboo at all. Now they drop the bad omen bottles, which are actually pretty useful for the trial chambers. So you see there, that guy dropped one of these bad boys, and we'll need these for the trial chambers later. They give us better loot. The more bad omen effects we have, and the more difficult the trial chamber is. So no harm in collecting these now, and these guys are not very tough or smart, and with netherite gear, I got nothing to worry about. Friendly reminder, if you're playing with just enough items, or the inventory mod, you'll be able to see all of the items you need if you and then search the name of the mod. And the mod we're playing with is Tom's Simple Storage. These are the items we're going to need to craft. An inventory connector. This is one of the more expensive ones because it needs an ender pearl and a diamond. We're going to need a storage terminal and eventually a crafting terminal, which is 4 diamonds. I'm going to be making some crates and then the inventory trims, which I find very useful too. Just some chests and some wood. And we're eventually going to be making a wireless terminal, which we'll need some amethyst for, and another ender pearl, and eventually going to be upgrading that to an advanced wireless terminal. So that's basically all the items that we're going to need. I'm going to get those crafted up.
What's up, Jake? Oh my goodness, look at you.
Okay, I've been busy. I've been busy with the netherite, okay? You have a shiny Beldum already?
Well, that was my starter, actually.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yes, but no.
Okay. Oh, look, Enderman, exactly what I needed. Well, if I get Ender Pearls right now, then I don't need yours, and I can keep my items to myself. Ow.
Rude.
Hey, this is how capitalism works.
Oh, I didn't anything with. Oh, 10?
Yeah, I got a bunch of
You
those.
would have those, though.
I have like 20
It makes
of those.
sense you would have those if you've been in the nether, yeah.
Yeah. I have a ton of stuff like that. I just need Ender Pearls because I'm trying to get a Tom set up already, and they take Ender Pearls, and I just don't have any. Beautiful. Oh, that is so helpful. You sure this is? I don't need this many.
No, that's good.
Okay.
You're good.
Sheesh.
I should show you, now that we've traded, come with me, because there's something you should know about. Also, I'm so tempted to catch that Mareep. I don't know about that. If capitalism works one way, it works the other way.
Yeah, steal it. No, I think it's Thomas's. He won't mind.
How much netherite did you get so far?
I have like 2 more pieces outside of this gear right here.
Okay.
But I was like, I need levels, and just mining for nether quartz, like strip mining for nether quartz, just was the fastest I found.
That's fair.
You have so many backpacks. You have what?
I have a 5 spawner here, so.
This is what the heck? This is my brain. Okay, hold on. What is?
If you need any backpacks?
What are these?
Plenty.
Spiders?
Spider and cave spider.
So you have. This looks great too, by the way. The tough. Oh my gosh, it looks like.
Thank you.
Oh, it looks so good. So you have 5 spawners in
on
there.
the backside, if you didn't notice, just saying.
There's 5. My brain is short-circuiting.
You can get some XP here if you really want to.
Okay, so yep. So you got 5 spawners, and then you're just shooting them up 20 something, and then dropping them 20. So that's how you're getting the backpacks too. Backpacks are so good.
Yeah, you're welcome to take as many of these as you want. People are leaving them instead of throwing them out, but we are definitely at critical mass here, I think. I think I put like 6 down, and the rest have been just whoever else is coming here. Also, if you want to see, this is how I filter like the loot. There's no loot setup here. But if you have an advanced void upgrade and stuff, you can just filter out like, oh, let's get rid of all this gear and everything.
Okay, gotcha. I don't have anything like that. The new tough variants work so well, though. It reminds me of like in the old day when we first got the stone and like stone brick variants, and people were using them as trims and stuff in like really creative ways. It kind of reminds me of, it's like a throwback almost.
Oh yeah, I definitely feel it.
Phantom's in here. What the?
Wait, what?
There's a phantom in here. Okay, well I might take advantage of this.
Yeah.
If nobody's around. How do you get? So this is I'm bad at Cobblemon in the sense that I don't know how you get. Where do you find the tumblestone things?
They're in ruined structures, but if you need them, Cap has them, and you're welcome to grab a black one from me here.
I'm gonna go find them the old-fashioned way, but thank you though. I was just curious because I haven't found any, but I have not done any brushing yet.
But they grow. Just so you know, you can see in here. They grow next to magma. That's the only way that you can get them to grow is next to magma or lava. They need to hot block. And so if they're adjacent like this or diagonal. Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, I love the introduction of that because, again, Legend Arceus, my favorite Pokemon game, especially of recent. I mean, beautiful game. Beautiful storytelling. Very good. So I like the addition of the ancient Pokeballs. Very cool. And very fitting for your base. Also, this place looks... You're killing it. Like, this looks really good.
Thank you. Thanks. I'm hyped.
It's almost like you built before. This is crazy. Well, thank you for your Ender Pearls. I'm going to get back to it.
You're welcome. Good luck out there.
I appreciate it. See ya. I'll explain how this works, and then I gotta spend some time moving items. But we've got these drawers, and they are set up using these inventory connectors, and then I've also upgraded them by using inventory upgrades so that they can hold thousands and thousands of stacks of items each. The Emerald upgrade, the upgrade number 5, you can load up these things with a bunch of those and stores tons and tons and tons of items in just one little barrel. In fact, in this one I have like 8,000 or more different types of items. I've got them connected with this inventory pipe, which is connected to an inventory block here. Now, all this is doing is basically saying all of the trim. I think this is also excessive. You don't need all this trim. You just need one of these in these chests. But anything connected to these blocks here will be part of this inventory system. And that means you can see all these chests here. I've got some items in here just to test. And if we run back into my little storage area here, this is the crafting terminal, and you can see all the little items that I threw in there are here. Those barrels or those crates are holding thousands and thousands of cobblestone and deep slate. And if I sort by item amount, you can see just how many items we have. So these, I can throw these in there, I can throw these in there. I can do all my crafting in this terminal now, and I can even make a wireless terminal here that'll allow me to access this thing just about anywhere. Now we're going to need a beacon in order to access it in all the dimensions and when it's loaded and when I'm out of chunks and stuff, but this is a great start. Now it's time for a building tutorial with jblader, and I'm going to explain how I do these tiers, these kind of organic tiers of terrain. So step one, of course, is going to be clearing back some dirt so that we have some space to work with. And then let's start with the tuff. The tuff is going to be our foundational layer. We're going to be doing this like 4 high, and we're going to mix in some cobblestone sporadically at the top and very sporadically or very randomly at the bottom. So as I go up higher, I am adding more and more cobblestone, a higher concentration of cobblestone. And these two textures are very complex, and they compete for attention a little bit, but it's a great way to show that these parts of the stone are like holding a lot of the pressure back. Now, I don't want anything creepy crawling, spawning back here, so I'm also going to block in the back areas here, or fill it up with some cobblestone, just so we don't get any random zombies sitting here and taking up a mob cap. Step 1 is done. Let's hop down here. You'll see we've got the cobblestone and tuff wall. And it's not looking like much right now, but that is the first part. So step 1 done. We're going to make a little bit more space now for this next part. I don't know whose goat farm this is, but it's not mine. Step 2, we got more cobblestone. Now we're going to be doing cobblestone with a higher concentration of stone near the top. And we're going to just kind of go 3 high this time. And you can see I'm moving just a block back. This is to help with the dynamics of the shape. Now, what I think a lot of builders are going to do wrong the first time they build something like this, or a lot of building in Minecraft, it's about dynamics. It's about depth. Okay, there we go. A wall 3 up of cobblestone and stone, and we're going to next do a line that is higher concentrated stone, brick, andesite. And this is where you got to start thinking about how tall your wall is going to go. Now, you can just make it this tall. That's totally fine. We're going to go about another 4 or 5 blocks, basically to that kind of peak point where it's starting to come down gradually from that slope up there. We're going to go up to there because that'll give us a lot of real estate to build on. So for this next part, I'm going to be going in 1 more block. I'm going to be filling it in with more cobblestone. We're going to have to go get a little bit more. But this one is going to be mostly stone with the occasional andesite, stone brick, and cobblestone. But again, we're kind of changing the concentration to give this gradient type of texture that I think is going to complement this, the depth of the wall really nicely. And now we're going to do the last little layer before we cap this off with some grass. And the last layer is going to move forward by 1 block, and it's just going to be too tall for right now. Once we add in the detail in the grass, this may go up or down depending on how we want to add some kind of overspilling dirt on these tiers. So we got this type of shape going on. It looks very much like a castle wall design, but what we're going to be doing now is adding in that little pop of life and detail. Again, you can see the concentration of tuff and cobblestone at the bottom, then to cobblestone to stone, and then stone, andesite, and the lighter textures up near the top. And I know not everyone is going to have access to the modded blocks, so we're going to stick to some vanilla palettes here. And to be honest, I love the vanilla palette as it is. You know, you're able to do a lot within that. So starting here at the bottom, we're going to be adding in some random blocks of tuff. This is to show that maybe some of the pieces have kind of crumbled down and accumulated near the bottom. We're going to add a few random blocks of tuff. Then we're going to grab cobblestone and do kind of the same thing. This is also going to increase the dynamics of this area. Don't be scared to do some pylons of some random blocks like this. Like, again, maybe this is a wall that's been here for a little bit too long, and some of that part right there is done caved in and fell down here. Next up, we're going to expand this part up until the next part, so tier 1 up into tier 2. We're going to be doing that with some stairs, with some cobblestone stairs, and some blocks like this. You're basically going to be building kind of organic shapes by mixing up different types of blocks different types of slabs, and kind of expanding and complicating the shapes and textures. There's no real rhyme or reason or wrong or right way to do this. This is something that you can just do for a while until you feel like the space is complicated enough. Remember, you can do stairs upside down, sideways. It adds a bunch of shapes here. Like we got this little imposed stair shape here. I think it's kind of cool. And don't be scared too to knock out some blocks if you want to go back. Just make sure you put some blocks back there to help support that area. So we could always do something like that. You see we're getting some really nice shapes in here now with all the stairs and the tough blocks. And then I like supporting the bottom with slabs so that it seems like there's a gradient coming down from these full blocks to the slabs. As you can see, tons of depth. This creates a bunch of shadows under the stairs, under the slabs, and it also adds a bunch more shape and complements this kind of natural gradient with the rest of the land. Now, we're going to move up to the next 2 tiers, which we're going to be basically doing the same thing, just changing a little bit of material. I'd recommend not really using much tuff in here. There we go. The wall is looking mighty crumbled now. I think the use of cobblestone stairs and slabs at a higher concentration of other variants really helps the kind of dilapidatedness of this wall. The last thing we really need to do is this top part, which is going to involve using some grass and some other pieces of stone to make it appear like the dirt is flowing over the top of this. So the first thing I usually do is I'm going to create some spaces here to kind of extend the thinness of this wall. To do this, I'm going to be using some stairs and some slabs. And now we just got to add some dirt that's overflowing the top. You can also throw in some moss blocks if you want. So I'm going to do some dirt overhanging in this little indent here. We're simply going to have dirt come over like that, and then grass coming over the rest of the top of this. Yeah, so you can see that as far as I want to come down is about 3, maybe 4 blocks, and we're just going to vary this dirt on the edge, and then some of it is going to be back further, held back by the wall. Let's continue this pattern. Now that the dirt is overhanging, we are almost done. This tier is looking great. One waterfall, a few custom trees, some custom bamboo, and a lot more greenery later. We have an immersive environment being crafted here within this tiered terrace. And we got a bunch of land up top where we can build new things. Well, I really hope that this tutorial was helpful for you guys, and I hope that it gave you a glimpse into how to do some immersive terraforming and some terraforming to come here on the BattleCraft SMP. We got some more exciting things to do next time. A lot more basic Minecrafting needs to happen. We gotta play with some villagers and make some more automated farms now that that storage system is set up. So, I'll see you in the next one.